All right, another new project video. So in a huge lot of used molds, I picked up this one, which is CPI's GM71. It is a mold to make a wine bottle rack. And I wasn't sure that I was going to keep it, and then Stephanie's like, oh, Stephanie, the owner of Creative Paradise, said, that's an awesome mold, you need to keep that and use it. So I'm going to use it. So I am in this buyout. I also ended up with a bunch of rods, twisty rods that this woman made, so I think I'm going to use those and just give this mold a try. So let's take a look. All right, you saw me cutting up the rods and some glass. I created a dam system within the kiln. I forgot to shoot any video of that, but I think you've seen me do that before, where I will, use some not bars, cut up kiln shelves and other mounts and such, and then line it with fiber paper. And here's what I ended up with. So I full fused this with, the rods right down the middle. And then I chose this, gosh, I don't even remember. This is a peach cream, or it might be marzipan, I can't even recall, but I chose that, and I chose just white. I think I like the white side better. This was the side that was down against the shelf, and so I don't know, just from a color standpoint and whatnot, I think I like this better. So it did come out with some spiky edges on it, as you can see. I'm going to take these to my little lap grinder that I have and grind this down a little bit, and then do a fire polish on this before I do a slump. So I'll take it through that next step next. Again, I've got, this is a flat lap type grinder. It's an angled grinder called Slant Cabber from High Tech Diamond. There it is. And I have done a modification. This is a brush modification that I've created. I've got a separate video on it. You can see that. I'll link it up above. I love this thing. So it's an 8-inch wheel, and it comes from the factory with this plastic housing on it that helps create a splash guard. But I have taken that off, put this brush on instead, which allows me to pass through that brush and use it for bigger pieces that wouldn't normally fit with that rigid guard on it that they have. I bought the pump sprayer. This is my little setup here for water. This is my grinder over here. You have a pump sprayer that you can buy. It's 20 bucks or something, and then that sprays water right into here, and then it has a little release or water drainage that I just run down into an ice cream bucket down there. So I'm going to get started. If you're interested in this and what I did, if you like this unit and want to buy it, there is an affiliate program, so I do get a little bit of a commission if you use my link. I appreciate that because I'm doing all of this YouTube content for free. I'm not charging you on Patreon or other things. So, if you're interested in this and buy it through me, I always appreciate that support. There's also a 10% off coupon on accessories, so you can buy extra grinding discs, things like this pump sprayer. The 10% coupon doesn't work on the unit itself, but it would work on all accessories. All of those details, including the links, are in the video notes if you're interested in that. So that's enough of a sales pitch. I'm going to go ahead and get started with grinding down this piece. All right, so hopefully you were able to see what I mean, in that I can move that in and out of that brush real easily. And so this piece measures, let's see here, gosh, 14 inches. And I was able to just do a fairly decent job cold working on an 8-inch slant cabber. So would I like to have one of the gigantic Covington, lap grinders? Of course. I don't have the space. That's a heck of a lot of money, and it's not that this other unit was cheap, but it's certainly much more affordable than some of the big ones. And for the kind of hobbyist fuser, who wants the ability to do some cold working beyond just a standard grinder, I think it's a really good solution. So I'm going to dust this with a little bit of clear powder just so I get a nice clean shine on this, and hopefully no devitrification on this white since I'm flipping it and refiring it, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. All right, Stephanie, you were right. I'm really glad you talked me into keeping this mold. This is really cool. So the Slump is perfect. I used the schedule that Stephanie has on the Creative Paradise website. There's a tutorial for this, and I used her schedule. Other than a modification, I slowed the ramp down because I'm using white and kind of different colors here, and I was just very concerned about, you know, white is kind of temperamental in the kiln, and so I slowed the ramp way down. If you're interested in the firing schedule that I used, it's always in the video notes here on YouTube, so make sure you check that out. And so you can stack 10 bottles on here, 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, and create a pyramid of bottles, if that makes sense. I've only got one here to show you, but I think this is super cool, and I'm very excited. And yes, that bottle says French Lick, which is a weird name, but this is wine from southern Indiana, the area that I grew up from, French Lick, Indiana. So I had a bottle of French Lick wine handy. But I think this is really cool. So you can stack several bottles in here. You got lots of wine lovers, and I think that this piece will sell well, and I'm very eager to make more of these. So again, thanks, Stephanie, for convincing me to keep the mold. If you want the mold for yourself, it's available from Creative Paradise. I'll post a link in the video notes. I'll post the firing schedule that I used in the video notes, which mimics what Stephanie had published. Take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this project. I sure did. Stay tuned for more. Bye-bye.